Hello, everyone. In this short video, I'm going to show how you can import files directly into R. Um, One of the easiest things you can do in R is, what best practice is, you really want to import flat files. Let's say you have an Excel file, it's in the Excel file format. It's usually not a good idea to import that file. It's better to convert that into what's called a flat file, like a CSV file of tab delimited or text file, some kind of a flat file, and you have a lot easier time dealing with importing and exporting data rather than trying to import and export through Excel. Even if I know there are packages out there that explicitly are built to use with Excel, those might be fine, but from my experience, it's just a lot easier to deal with a lot of flat files. Okay, so let me get started here. Right now, so I have RStudio opened up. You might have a different version, but it doesn't really matter. It'll work the same way. So let me switch over to my desktop and show you the file that I want to actually import in here. Okay, so on my desktop right now, I have a folder called R data, and so I'll go to my desktop. There's a folder called R data, and then it's got this CSV file online retail. Okay, so let me just let me see if I can bring up my whole desktop here. So on my desktop, I have the R data folder. And if I open up that folder, there's just one file. So I want to be able to access, read and read directly from this file without actually clicking on anything in RStudio. I need the directory to this file. So I'm going to right click on this file, go to properties, and then under details, actually this is what you can go to details, or you can just look at general here. The location, you probably just want to copy and paste this. Okay, copy, and then remember this name here. Okay, say and then I'll say okay. And then I'm going to go back to RStudio. I'm going to use that address in a second here. Okay, so I know I have to access that file somehow, right? I gotta use that directory somehow. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually just let's look at what my RStudio is pointing at, right? So I'm going to use the command get wd. Okay, so what this means is get work directory. Okay, so right now it's pointing at the C drive, users folder, JDK, and then the documents folder. Okay, my document that the file that I want to access on my desktop. Okay, that's what we just copied and pasted, right? Okay, before I continue, let me create a R script so I can write it over here rather than just drag it on the console. Okay, so let's control and paste that what I just copied over the directory, right? So I'm gonna just put that on. I'm gonna use that for now. I'm gonna write get wd again. And I'm gonna run that line, and again that tells me the directory. Okay, I'm gonna change the directory. I'm gonna run the command set wd. Okay, and this is where this directory comes into play. Okay, why is this useful? Okay, let's say you're working on a project or you're working on class, whatever. You can put all of your data into a single folder, our data folder, and then once you set the directory to that folder, you have access to all the files in there. Okay, one thing I do have to change is to change these to backslashes. Okay, and then let's see what happens when I do that. Okay, now I'm going to run again wd again and see. Okay, now my work directory has changed. Okay, I can then do list of files, and then you can see that I have the online retail CSV listed there. Okay, so then if I want to read this file in, it's very simple. Okay, let me just correct that. I'll call this data frame df, and then do read.csv. Okay, and here we don't we don't have to write out this entire directory now. Since our work directory is already it's pointing at the right folder, all we have to do here is name of the file itself, online underscore retail.csv. Okay. If I bring that in, and let's look at the head, it's all listed in here now, right? Okay. So my file is now, my data is imported into R. Okay. I recommend you reading and writing files through a script like this rather than clicking on any of these menus on top. It's just not a good idea. Just imagine writing a full application. You're gonna have, lots of, you might be swapping data in and out. You might be changing the raw data. You want to have really a scalable and replicable script that you can run again and again. And you can't really do that if you're manually reading and writing data, right? So you want to write out a script. So this read.csv is really the easiest way to read data in, right? So set the directory, work directory, to the folder that you want to keep all your raw data in. And then you can just do read.csv to read in the name of the file. It'll read it in directly, okay? Another option you have is the use of projects, okay? So you can create a new project, and if you do that, basically, if you want to do read.csv, everything is all of your work directory is then set to that project folder. So it kind of works the same way. It automatically changes a work directory to that project folder you set it at, okay? And then it works the same way. So that's another approach you can take, okay? So that's how you breed in a simple CSV file into R. Remember, I recommend you using flat files like CSV or text files, etc. And try avoid using Excel files directly. It's usually not a good idea. All right. Hopefully this helps you as you work on other things, and check out some of the other videos. Take care. Bye.